YouTube, it's your boy, Mr. Outliner. I'm back. Hey, I know I ain't been on in a minute, but I'm back now. Look at the corner of this lineup. Oh my gosh, man, I had a lot to work with right here. Look at that, it's gone. Completely gone. But we gonna make it pop back, shake back, you know what I mean? We got the high taper fade haircut today that I'm doing for y'all. And on the top, it's already kind of, his hair is thick, curly, wave patterning, really nice. We just gonna use a one guard open to bring it down, smooth it out, and then we'll jump into the taper. Oh yeah, and y'all do me a favor, follow my other YouTube page from the intro. I'll leave it in the description. Self-made her. Follow me for more content. Now, to start a high taper, what we want to do is start our first guideline high right above the corner of the ear and go all the way across. We want to do that on both sides, right? But the key to it is, you see where I put the comb at? So that's like your guideline. That's where it needs to be. That's where your first line needs to start. And then you want to use your trimmer and make it as bald as possible in order to achieve the transition that we're trying to get. And we do the same thing on this side. This side is a little blurry for some reason, but we're gonna walk through the steps, and then on the other side I'll let you see it and you can see it a little bit more clearly. Now, first thing you want to do after you do the first guideline is come with your adjustable open and go up about half an inch. Then once you clean the area real good, you get it up about half an inch, then you work on removing that bottom line. And right here where I'm showing you is what I was showing you in the beginning, where the hair is really missing it. So we want to try to blend. The high taper do good here because we want to try to blend in to the area where the hair is the lightest, right? So like I said, you want to work on removing that bottom line right there. And after you do that, you want to come back with your one guard open and start working on the bulk at the top. And we use that one guard open, like I said, open, and we go up about another half an inch, right? Or we just try to really remove that line as much as possible. But that's a bulk line, so what we want to do is remove it with the one guard open, and then we'll just work our adjustable lever down until it's closed. And after that, we come back with our no guard halfway open on the adjustable lever, and we just doing cleanup work right here, right? This is a quick, easy haircut. We're doing cleanup work. So I'm using my top thumb to stretch the skin in areas where it's hard to get into, and I want the head to be flat at all times if I can, right? So areas that's not so flat, you need to stretch the skin in order to make it flat, right? And use the corner of the blade also in order to remove the lines and to not make more lines, right? Using the corner of the blade actually helps you blend better. And then also after that, you come back with your trimmer, whatever you did to make your first guideline and make it bald, you want to use the corner of that blade also. So you see me using these things right here. Also, I know you're probably thinking, man, where he getting these ceramic blades from? Because I got a ceramic blade on my Wahl 100 anniversaries, and then also I had a ceramic blade on my detailers. Ceramic blades just help keep the blades cooler longer, so when you're doing a haircut, it doesn't get hot on the skin, right? But back to the haircut, we do the same thing on this side that we did on the other side. No guard, open lever, 1/2 inch. Come back, try to remove the bottom line. Come back, remove the bulk line with a 1 open to close, and then come back, lever medium open, no guard, work our way down, come back with the trimmer, finish it out, make it look bald, go on to the back. Now, once we get to the back, the steps are the exact same, no difference, right? We still make our first guide line with our trimmer. We want to keep it right below the ear, our first guide line, and then we want to work our way up. No guard open. Remove the bottom line. Come back with the 1 guard if it's bulk. Open to close. Back to no guard, lever medium weight open to no to close, and then come back with the trimmer and finish it. After that, we get to the lineup, and I never really show y'all the back of the lineup because it's just the back of the neck lineup, but it's important to not push it in, right? So you just want to make sure that you're keeping the natural lineup intact, and sometimes you can tend to go in too far on the back of the neckline, just trying to make it sharper. Not understanding that the hairs on the neck are fine, and it doesn't take much to create a sharp, crisp line in the back of the neck, right? You can barely touch it and you'll make a line. You see what I did right here? So you want to keep it as wide as possible. So with the neckline, just remember that you want to keep it as wide as possible. Now, after that, we get ready to do the front lineup, and you know you gotta have that Mr. Eyeliner Detailing Mist. We're gonna spray that mist right on there to get it right. So what the mist does is help you create a crispy line, as you will see you won't need enhancements to create a crispy line. Now, enhancements do enhance, but you can use the Mr. Outliner Detailing Mist to create this. Now, look at this line. This is where you want to put the line. You don't want to push it back. People gonna swear you push stuff back, right? But I'm showing you up close. Look at that. Look at that gap in there. Look at that gap, that thin line. But you see what the Mr. Outliner Mist does? It helps you create that crisp line. You already see what it's doing, right? So once you get that down, you want to get your vertical bars first. It'll help you create a better look in a line in the front. Your front line would be much easier to make if you do your vertical bars first. Now on this side, this is the side that I was telling you about that was a little difficult because it's so much of a gap right here. You can tell really like how much it's thinning, but we want to try to keep it intact as much as possible. So right here, you just want to try to keep the line up intact as much as possible. It's not, it's challenging. He knows it's challenging because we talked about it before the haircut. So you just want to try to keep it as natural as possible. And if you want to use enhancements to help fill things in, then do that. What he said the last person did was they curved it. So I want to stay under. You see where that light spot is? I want to stay under that. So in order to help myself out, I'll start from that side. So I'll stay under so it can kind of give me a guideline, right? In trying to keep his hairline natural. And he may not mind you pushing his hairline back, but what I do in the beginning is I don't push it back. On the left side of the screen, it goes up very high on the left side of the screen also. So this was a difficult lineup, period, right? But we're gonna make it look good in its natural state and when we add enhancements to it. So you just want to take your time and try to get it as straight as possible. Now, this is how the lineup would look naturally, right? Without me, making adjustments, pushing it back. I'm showing him, I'm telling him exactly what's going on with his hairline. I'm also telling him that, we can add hair fibers to the corners just to match everything up with like the middle where it's darker at, to make everything look more uniform, more even across the board, right? That's what enhancements are there for. It's not to like create a line. That's why you always see me make my line up first before I even put enhancements on, because once the enhancements goes away, this is what he's left with, right? And he probably can live with that. Now, my explanation to him for doing this the way that I did it is, I want to see if his hair really gonna grow back in even more, or do we need to permanently push it back a little bit more? Will he be happy with this? Will he be cool with just doing this and adding enhancements? It's a consultation when you cutting hair. Of course, I can do what I want to do, and think I'm doing whatever I like to do to it. But before I do that, I like to consult the client first, right? So what I did was I put some more detailing mist on right here. I'm gonna come back the same line. You see that line where I first made, you know, his original line, his natural line. I put the cord to that line, and then I used the hair fiber, right? I used the hair fiber to start filling it in with what I think the middle looks like, right? So that's what I did. On the sides, you don't have to use that much, very little. I ain't need that much, right? We already had a sharp line, and because we already had this line up in place, and we used the cord to spray hair fiber on that same line, it's already like looks like it's crispy because I already created the foundation for it, right? You get what I'm saying? So it's steps to having a crispy lineup. It's a foundation. The foundation is knowing how to do the lineup properly before enhancements, right? Before enhancements, knowing how to make it look, you know, not compromising the natural hairline. Then I can come back and I can say, oh, okay, I need to touch this, and this. So that's why now I come back with my trimmers and I'm intentional about making the hairline sharp, right? I'm intentional about making the hairline sharp now, right? Crispy, as we say, right? So this is the closest I can get it without compromising his hairline and still giving him a fresh cut, right? And after, when I was done, I gave him the mirror and he liked it. He just didn't know, you know, about hair fiber, how long it would last, stuff like that. And I told him, you know, it depends on the person. It might last one day, it might last 2 days, it might not last till he get outside. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on him and what he doing, right? So, but if you want to lock in hair fibers even stronger, you want to come back with a super hold, something that's really thick, that's going to lock in those hair fibers even better than whatever you already using, right? So anyway, that's the video. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. You know how we do it. Until next time, love, peace, and hair grease. I'm out.